When we talk about the world of celebrities, it feels like we are entering a universe filled with shining lights, music, fashion, red carpets, and endless moments that inspire millions. And yet, behind all that sparkle, there are stories of hard work, sacrifice, resilience, and dreams that started in the most humble places. And one of the most captivating examples of that today is Cardi B, who 7 years after her explosive debut has returned with her long-awaited album, reminding the world that she is still at the very top. And her journey is the kind of tale that fans love because it is about authenticity. It is about never hiding who you are and turning every challenge into motivation. Cardi B has spoken about how everything she does is for her kids and how sacrificing for them pushes her to stay hungry and creative while balancing fame, family, and responsibility. And in her words, she has called America a place that is paying for bad karma, a reflection of her unfiltered voice that always stirs conversations. But at the same time, her voice represents millions who feel unseen and unheard, and her music becomes not just entertainment, but empowerment. And if we zoom out from Cardi's story, we see how similar threads run through the lives of many other celebrities who faced setbacks, doubts, and challenges, yet rose to define their eras. Think of Justin Bieber, who not long ago released Swag's You after teasing fans online, showing that even after years in the spotlight, he continues to grow and reinvent himself while openly sharing personal struggles and love for his wife Hailey, which connects deeply with fans who admire vulnerability and honesty. Or think about Selena Gomez, whose career spans music, acting, producing, and philanthropy, while openly discussing her health struggles, lupus, and mental health awareness, becoming an icon of strength and hope for those who follow her story closely. These are the journeys that show us celebrities are more than headlines. They are people who rise and fall just like anyone else, but they do it with cameras following every step and still manage to inspire millions around the world. And Cardi B's long-awaited return with her new album naturally invites comparison and connection with other powerful women in music, because her story is also about representation, about showing that someone who came from the Bronx, who was underestimated and criticized, could still rise to the very top and stand proudly as herself. And when you think about Nicki Minaj, who paved her own lane long before with her bold rhymes, vibrant fashion, and undeniable presence, you see another woman who has carried hip-hop on her shoulders with an unapologetic attitude, carving space for female rappers in an industry that was long dominated by men. And alongside them, Megan Thee Stallion stepped in with a voice that demanded respect and a style that inspired confidence and strength. Her journey, filled with resilience after personal tragedy and challenges, proves that music is a healing force not only for audiences, but also for the artist herself. And these women show that fame is not only about glitz, but about carrying the weight of expectations and still breaking barriers. And then there is Beyoncé, whose career has always been the definition of reinvention, starting in Destiny's Child, then going solo to build one of the most iconic legacies in music history with her art, touching themes of empowerment, heritage, and global unity. Her Renaissance tour reminded fans that she is not only an artist, but a cultural leader whose impact transcends charts and awards. And when we look at Shakira, we see another global powerhouse who brought Latin music to every corner of the globe with her unforgettable voice and dance style, but who also used her fame for causes such as education and children's welfare. Through her Barefoot Foundation, her halftime performance with Jennifer Lopez was a reminder of how far Latin artists have come in breaking into mainstream music, and their journeys, like Cardi B's, reflect determination, authenticity, and an unshakable commitment to remain true to themselves. And it is this mixture of art, culture, and humanity that makes celebrity stories so captivating, because they remind fans that behind every hit song and every glamorous photo, there is a human being navigating life, one step at a time. And just as Cardi B's return to music feels like a powerful reminder of resilience, the same can be said for Rihanna, who, after years away from releasing albums, focused on building her Fenty empire, a beauty and fashion brand that revolutionized inclusivity, came back to the stage at the Super Bowl, proving that her influence had only grown stronger. Her journey is one of reinvention, showing that sometimes stepping back allows an artist to return with even greater impact. And then we look at Taylor Swift, who has constantly evolved from a teenage country singer to one of the most influential songwriters in the world, reclaiming her music, reimagining her albums, and creating entire cultural moments. With each era, her ability to turn heartbreak into art and challenges into anthems has made her a voice for millions who see themselves in her lyrics. And then there is Adele, whose powerful voice and storytelling have carried fans through some of the most emotional moments in music. Her albums are not just collections of songs, but chapters of her life, shared openly with her audience, and her return with 30, after years of personal growth, reminded fans that vulnerability and honesty resonate more deeply than perfection. And in another corner of music, we have Lady Gaga, whose career has always been about breaking barriers, from shocking fashion statements to heartfelt ballads to Oscar-winning performances. She represents the idea that an artist can be both fearless and deeply compassionate. Her work with the Born This Way Foundation shows how celebrities can use fame to advocate for kindness and mental health awareness, and all of these stories connect beautifully with Cardi B's. Because whether it is about stepping away for family, reclaiming one's voice, or using fame for good, they show that celebrity journeys are not just about spotlight moments. They are about perseverance, transformation, and the courage to keep moving forward, even when the world is watching every single step. And when we talk about the courage to keep moving forward, we see it in artists like Billie Eilish, who at such a young age broke into the industry with a sound and vision that felt completely new, creating music with her brother Phineas that captured the raw emotions of a generation. Her journey is one of embracing individuality, showing fans that they do not need to conform to expectations to succeed, and her honesty about mental health challenges has made her an even more powerful role model for millions. And then we think of Drake, whose path from starring in Degrassi to becoming one of the biggest names in music today is a story of persistence, versatility, and an ability to blend vulnerability with swagger. He showed the world that hip-hop could evolve by mixing genres, moods, and emotions, and his dominance proves how staying adaptable can keep you at the top. And then there is Ariana Grande, whose powerful voice has taken her from Nickelodeon sitcoms to global stages. But her story is also about resilience after facing unimaginable tragedy during the Manchester concert attack. She returned stronger, creating music that balanced vulnerability and strength, and giving her fans a sense of healing and hope. And then we look at the global phenomenon of BTS, who rose from a small company in South Korea to becoming one of the most successful groups in history. Their bond with their fandom, known as ARMY, has turned into a movement of positivity, love, and unity. And they have shown that music transcends language and culture, becoming a voice for young people worldwide. And alongside them is Blackpink, whose bold style and unapologetic energy made them the first K-pop girl group to headline Coachella and dominate charts globally. Their rise is a story of talent, hard work, and representation, inspiring millions of young fans, especially women, to embrace strength and confidence. And when you put these stories together alongside Cardi B's comeback, it paints a picture of a celebrity world that is constantly evolving, yet always rooted in the same themes of resilience, transformation, and the deep connection between artist and fan. Please like and subscribe the YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you.